All right, we're starting third period. This one's 15 minutes, and it's off. Sabres are coming in. Shot right on Benny. Going to be picked up by Jackson. Trying to move that along the boards. See if we can slow that down. Oops, bit of a fall there by Nick. Guy sitting right in front. We managed to slow that down. Good stick by Cole. Brody's going to move that up to Marshall. Marshall's just going to dump that in. Fresh change here. Ewan's going to go look with Louis. Trying to push that up along the boards. Comes back to Gavin. Gavin's going to tap that over to Zach. Zach's going to enter the O-zone. He's going to try to get that in front of the net. Lots of sticks flying here. We're okay. We're going to pinch that in. Rip it to the other side. Louis is going to have a look. He's going to push that over to Gavin. Gavin's going to go back to Louis. He's going to try to get that in front of the net. He's circling around behind it. He's still got control. He's going to try Quinn now. Quinn's going to get that on. I heard it hit the pad. Goalie covered that up, and one of our guys is down. I think that's Ewan in front of the net. They're just going to untangle everybody. Ewan pushing hard behind the net, but gets chopped off of his stick. We're going to casually slow things down, though. Quinn's going to move that past Zach. Comes back to the red line. Gavin's just going to dump it in while we get a couple of people changing here. Sabres trying to move it out of their zone. They find a guy at their blue line. Going to try to move it to the other side. Phil gonna handle this. He's gonna push that over to Braden. Moving it up for Savvy. Savvy and Charlie and Aiden working here and try to keep it in, using some nice footwork. Trying to make some magic happen in the offensive zone. Oh, shot taken there by Phil. It's behind the Sabres net. Lots of digging happening. Not sure where it's going to end up. Trying to keep that in the corner. We do. Charlie's going to try to slow it down. The Sabres get it. We're going to pinch hard. Braden with a move. He's going to launch it right to the net. Gets kicked aside by the goalie. Trickles out. Back to Braden. Braden's going to take a shot. Gets that to the net. Bounces off a body or two. Charlie's going to pick that up. Pass that back around the net. Trying to center it here. He's going to try Braden again. Oh, had some people waiting. Savvy's coming off. Got Nick using the opposite side of the ice. Braden's going to go for a skate. Braden taking it in deep. He's looking for some people to pass to. Brody's picking it up now behind the net. He's going to circle around a little bit. He's battling in the corner. They got him sandwiched a bit. Marshall's going to come help. Marshall looking for someone. He finds Jackson on the other side. Oh, Jackson's got a nice gentle pass there for Cole. Cole's going to drag it into the corner. Sabres going to try to get out of this one, but guess what? The Rangers are in the road. Brody puts it back in the corner. And Cole's going to hold the blue line. We got one of the Sabres heading to the box. Rangers are going to go on a power play. 11 minutes, 1 second left in the third period. Sabres are on a tear here off this face-off. Gavin's on the hunt. He's got Quinn with him. Quinn looking for all of his partners. Ben's trying to get the guy out of the crease here. Moves it up to Ewan. They turn it around. Gavin's going to have to pick that one up. He's going to go behind the net. Ewan's going to pick that up again. He's going to use the boards. Move that up to Louis. Louis pushing it up. Ewan's having a look. He's going to go right in front of the net. Has a shot. I don't know. There's some rolling happening, but unfortunately we didn't score on that one. But Braden's going to pick it up at the red line. Turning that around, using the ice. Going to move it again. Braden's going to go for a skate right through the middle. He's going to have a shot. Goes right over the net. We're still going to pick it up near their net. Back to Braden at the blue line. Back to the forward. They're just going back and forth. He's looking for a clean shot there. Oh, great tip opportunity. Tried to get a stick on it. Off to the other side. Don't manage to hit that one. Good attempt, though, by the Rangers. Great pressure. Sabres are tired. They're changing. Braden's getting organized here behind her net. Sorry you didn't see that. Charlie's going to pick it up now. He's going to go back to the other side. Phil's going to pick that up. He's going to see who he can find. There's Savvy. Savvy's going in wide. He's circling back, see who he can find on the other side. Aiden's going to pick it up on the other side. He's going to see, he's going to do a nice little drop pass there for Cole. A little bit of shifting around. Aiden's going to have a shot, goes off a stick. Charlie working the back here with, I don't know who that is, but lots of movement here. Cole, it's Cole. Cole's firing, just goes wide of the net. Working hard here to keep control of that puck. Aiden and Charlie working hard. The Sabres get just enough wood on that to push that forward. That power play is over. Good job by the Sabres. Whoops! Bounces off a stick, but that's okay. Regain control. Cole's going to push that forward. Oh, they say no icing. That's good for us. Brody's back behind the net with Nick. Sabres are going to try to push that up. They do to the neutral zone. They're going to go for a skate. They got a guy wide. Try to angle him. Ben pushes that aside off the equipment. Comes up the line. Quinn's going to push that back around. Back around the other side for Brody. We need to see what Brody does. He gets it over the blue line. Comes back again. Trickles along the red line. Sabres going to pick that up and enter the Rangers zone again. Centering pass. Ben's going to slow that down and cover that up for a face-off in the Rangers zone. Ewan with the face-off here, coming in the corner. Braden's going to push that around for Phil to move up to Zach. Goes into the neutral zone with Huey. Huey and Louie here. Oh! Post. I thought that might have gone in. Good pressure here. Still working behind the net. Louie trying to come in around the corner. Their goalie's going to cover that up for a face-off in the Sabres zone. Having major connection issues today. Rangers with control, moving it through the neutral zone. Aiden's got to go for a skate, pick that up. He's got it. He's coming in tight. Oh, attempt right in front of the Sabres net. Bounces off a stick, though. We're still fighting behind their net. Aiden up with it. Quick release. Rebound, and the goalie scoops that back up. We're going to have a face-off in the Sabres zone. Sabres pick it up, try to move it into the neutral zone. Whoops, we got a bit of a pile up, but we're taking advantage, turning that around into their zone. Nick's going to go for a skate in the corner. Getting a little support from Marshall now. Oh, the Sabres pick that up and flip it into the Rangers zone. Quinn's got it. He's going to move that around to the boards. Sabres beat us to it. Going to battle him a little bit. Marshall's going to help. Going to rip that around the other side for Gavin to pick up. It's over the other side. Nick's going to just chip that down. They say no icing. We're going to try to capitalize on that. They're trying to get organized. Let's see, we hold the line. We're going to rip that right close. The goalie has to battle that off with an arm. Behind the Sabres net now. We're trying to make a little magic happen, but the Sabres pick that up. They're going to move that along to the neutral zone. Braden's going to pick that up. He's going to launch it from the blue line. Goalie punches that over. Ewan's going to pick it up in the corner. Tipped ahead to the Sabres forward. He's going to try to come into the far side. Into the corner now. We got a couple of Rangers trying to use the other side. Zach's going to use the boards. Ben just kicks that aside. Braden's going to use the boards to Louis, who's waiting there. Gets into the Sabres zone. Going to have one or two people change that. We had an offside, though, so have to get organized. Guy on the far side waiting for it. Can't contain it, so Savvy's going to capitalize and go in. Savvy coming in deep. Having a look. Snap by Aiden, right on target. Bounced off the pads. Aiden's back behind the net now, looking for some options. Might go, oh, he's going to go for a skate. He's going to see Jackson. Jackson's going to rip it up. Nice tip attempt there by Savvy. It goes up over the net. Back into the corner. Oh, centering attempt. Aiden with an attempt there at a 1T. They're going to move it and do just get it over the blue line. They're going to dump it in, get some fresh legs on. They got a Sabre skater trying to make something happen. They're just going to dump it in, though. Picked up by Marshall off of the skate. They're going to push it through the neutral zone. Woo! Marshall with some slick mitts there, getting into the other zone. Into the corner. Oh. We're in the corner. Got a few people battling here. Oh, we're moving it forward a little bit. Trying to center it in front. Oh, it goes back behind the net. Sabre's going to pick it up off the boards and move into the neutral zone. Gavin with some nice angling. Quinn's going to pick that up. Brody's trying to slow it down. Quinn working hard. Guy waiting right beside Benny. Benny was on to him. Pad save there. Quinn trying to get it out. Benny's going to knock that over. Gavin's going to take that and move it up the boards. So they hold the line, though. Benny says, let's get some fresh energy out here and get it to the other end. We've got 1:44 left in the third period. Face-off coming in the Rangers zone. Go, the Rangers up with it. Louis going through the zone. He sees Zach on the far side. Zach coming in. He centers it. Oh, just out of reach, though. Nice attempt there in front of the Sabres net. We're in the corner right now, taking it behind the Sabres net. Centering attempt. Oh, misses everybody, but we still keep it in. 1:18 on the clock. Sabres turning it around, coming in now with a little bit of intensity in the neutral zone. We're trying to chip that away. We do. We got Louis going in again. Behind the net. Going to use the D. Quinn's going in for a rip. It bounces off of the skate. Sabres turning it around. They're going to pull their goalie for the extra attacker. We got to slow things down. We got all sorts of people coming in. There we go. Yui says, not on my watch, dude. Zach's going to chip that down. Savvy's going to go chase it, but the Sabres pick it up. 29 seconds on the clock. Trying to mix things up here in the corner. Whoop. We dump it back in the corner. Keeping it in their end. Oh, just out of reach of Aiden. See if we can turn that around. We got everybody on the one side of the ice. Okay, Phil's going to pick that up. And that's the game. The Rangers win that one 1-0. We'll see what that means in terms of our next game and the standings in the division. Stay tuned. I'm not sure if that means we'll play this afternoon at around 4 or if we've squeaked in.